Messages are for the greatest and highest good. So I really appreciate my channel. Welcome, welcome. And let's see what the verse has to say for all of you guys. I'm going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot today. First, I want to start off with a few things. The first thing out is your thumbnail. All right, so from the Kipper, we have the card of community. Oh, on a side note, I did a reading last night with, cards, just the Kipper cards. It was intense. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Definitely was a lot more specific, and sometimes it was hard to read. Anyway, it was a great read. So tune into that. I just did that one last night. All right, so back to the Kipper and your card. All right, so you have the card of community. And I feel as if some of you Aquarians may be going to, an event like where you show up at, like, this is a restaurant. I mean, back there, like behind, way in the back, there's like some guy wearing an apron. So I feel like you might be invited out to some kind of a dinner or a party of some sort. Yeah, I don't know if you are the female, if you are really wide open to actually going, but I feel as if with that purple cloak on, I mean, it's just, there's a bigger reason of why you're going to this. So I feel like for an Aquarian, if you are invited somewhere else, be the fly on the wall and just kind of observe what's going on, because I feel as if there's a reason why it's important that you're at this event, and you'll find out in no time. Well, when you go, you'll find out, huh? All right, so let's begin your reading. Anything else that I want to say? Oh, yes, and the Wisdom of the Oracle. I pulled the Treasure Island. So I feel like a lot of you Aquarians, I mean, life is pretty good. I mean, if you've been waiting on money and things of that nature, I feel like you're swimming right towards it. You know what I mean? Because it's a sea turtle. Anyway, I do feel as if, there is some stability coming when it comes to finances. All right, so, dear Oracle, we are grateful, thankful. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I love this Oracle deck. I use it all the time. I read it much like a tarot deck. I'm a very intuitive reader, so comes out of my mouth, comes out of my mouth. That's just how it is. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising. There, Treasure Island, see? I feel a lot of stability, doing something you absolutely love. Never noticed it before, but there's stars among those hearts. So if you're on the fence about whether or not you should make a change or go in a different direction or do something different, I feel as if, I mean, you should, this turtle, he's like, but you love what we're doing, and if you do that, you'll shine really, really bright like a star. So I feel as if, don't miss this opportunity, okay? If there's something that's kind of pulling on you, Aquarius, and it's going to require a change, you might have to just take the change, Risk is a good thing, because risk kind of, risk involves feeling life. Do you know what I mean? Like when you go to take a risk in anything, all right? So for the first time, you and your friends, you go down to this really great cliffside where people jump off all the time into this amazing turquoise blue pool of water, right? And you see one person after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next, and you can't seem to jump off that cliff, right? And then, after a while, it's just like you see everybody's having so much fun. You finally jump off that cliff, and oh my God, it's the most exhilarating experience you ever have. Why? Because your heart's just beating a mile a minute. Why? Because you're living. Take a risk, Aquarius, I guess is the point. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, your Oracle. What messages do you have for all of our Aquarians at this time? Grateful, thankful for the messages for our Aquarians at this time. All right, so I feel like you are right now, currently, and I don't know why I say currently, that kind of spit out, that you are involved in a situation where I think you give a lot, but you don't feel like you get back. So especially if it has to do with career, money, what you were doing. If you're in a job that This is a dead-end job. I will always make this much money. The most I will ever make is that much money. And it will take years to make just $12 an hour. Do you know what I mean? Like that dead-end job. Meanwhile, your creativity burning inside of you. It's burning. See how those two cards flipped out? I mean, you can feel that there is something different, that you could do something different that would probably be incredible. I feel like it's a destiny with this card of the fates. You're fated for this new life. Maybe you're fated for stardom. Because I did see that, you know, it's just like doing what you absolutely maybe there's a dove piece coming around. Doing something that you absolutely love is going to bring you to stardom. What do you love to do, Aquarius? You better start doing it, okay? What do you love to do? What is your passion? Because it's calling you, and I think you know. If most of you probably have already started doing it, all right? It's calling you because you want to get out of this dead-end job. You don't want to do this anymore. I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm excited for you. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't an even give and take. You're looking for balance in your life. You want things to be fair. You like justice. You like things, especially, you know, kept coming up in your meditation was this humanitarian aspect to you. So you don't like being in a job where you feel like, you know, you're always on guard, making sure that other people are being, you know, treated fairly, because you don't like that. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if there's a situation that happens at work that you don't like how somebody is being treated for a reason that, you know, you can't swallow, racism, you know, because they're female, because, you know, they've got, you know, a green eye and a blue eye. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that pisses you off. And that's the kind of thing that you don't want to do that. You know, you'd rather have a new life. You're not going to be any part of somebody's whatever. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna play that game. That's why I think you see this as a dead-end job. So this is coming into balance, Aquarius. You're coming into balance, into a brand new beginning. Yeah, look, between worlds. So this is moving from a life that has been very gray. Look how gray that is. Into a world of color. Into a world of color. This new life. Ooh, you're reaching for it. So, you've got to take care of yourself. You need strength. This yin card, there's something out of balance. If you are a female, okay, and I do feel a lot of female energy, I think you need to be a little kinder to yourself. Give yourself some playtime. Give yourself some room to take care of you. Pamper yourself. All right? I feel like it would be so good for you. You know, maybe, it's funny, I look at this card and I'm like, you know, get an overhaul. Change your hair, right? Dye your hair. Get that haircut you always wanted but you didn't get. You know, be you. You know, it's like, you know that, you know, you love your hair when it's blonde. Well, be blonde, right? Be a blonde. All right, and while you're at it, you know, maybe you want to get, you know, tummy tuck, or you want to do something else, a little, you know, Botox or whatever, you know, do it. If it makes you happy moving into like this new phase of your life, it's okay. I feel like you're being called to pamper yourself, you know, to like treat yourself. Take yourself out. Take somebody you love out. Take your most favorite person in the world out. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy life is what, play a little bit. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. All right. Let's move on, Aquarius. Anything else? Ooh, look, we're going to happy. See, when you start doing what it is you want to do, you're going to find happiness. That's where your treasure lies. Look, you're so close. So don't overthink what you really want to do. Don't overthink it, okay? Some of you may be traveling with a soulmate. Some of you may meet your soulmate doing these, moving towards what it is that you do. So I feel like if you're involved in situations with people that have served their purpose, I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine. Sometimes you reach a point where, you know, you've come to do what you two are supposed to do together. And then you reach that fork in the road, right? And when you fight that, then you get this unsettled energy. You can't fix it. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with people. You know, sometimes people drop out of our lives because they no longer, you know, really fit with what you're doing. Not because they're bad people or you're bad people. I mean, you grow your way, they grow their way. And I feel like some Aquarius, you're at that point. There's a new life calling you. You know, but it's making that move towards it. All right, so let's turn to the tarot. Like I said, I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot. Don't fool yourself, right? Take risks in life. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Dear universe, we are grateful, thankful for the messages for all of our Aquarians. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, Aquarians. For this full moon, lunar eclipse. Oh, I can't say that. So it's a full moon in Taurus during a Scorpio sun. Intense. And then we have the eclipse, a partial lunar eclipse. So feminine energies. I'm wearing pink. So let's talk about the feminine energies. This is a lunar eclipse, Grandma Moon. Okay, I've already put my water out. I'm going to make my moon water. Say a prayer in that water. I'm going to let it sit through the light of the moon. Tomorrow I'm going to drink it. Thank Grandma for all the prayers that you heard. And I'm going to do it again until probably about Sunday, Monday night. So, you know, feel free to put a jar of water out. You know, water is life. Anyway, full moon energy, I'm really feeling it. And I feel like we can take advantage of this opportunity to really kind of, you know, go deep a little bit and see what is it we really want. Because, you know, a lot of shadow stuff is coming up. Lots of shadow stuff. All right, so overall energy, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. So, the Knight of Wands reversed. Either you're dealing with a fire sign, okay? I always see with the wands, I always see Sag. I know there's other fire signs, but I feel like this can be you, this can be them, but I feel like you're shut down, and to avoid answering questions, you talk in circles. So if you haven't been happy, we saw that with the Between World cards. If you have not been happy, you've been a little depressed, not knowing what to do, where you're going to go, what your life is going to bring, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. And people say, so what's the matter? What's going on? You're like, well, I don't know. And then you come up with, well, you know, that tree outside's been really bugging me. And, you know, the neighbors, you know, their leaves fall into our yard and I have to clean. I mean, really insignificant stuff. So, like, you talk around the issue without answering what people want to hear. All right. That is what I'm picking up for your overall energy. And you may be dealing with a fire sign, you know, who is that way, who you ask them a question and they talk about everything under the sun except what it was you asked them. We all know people like that, don't we? All right, so I like what just came out. Out comes the 10 of Cups with the 3 of Cups, the Devil, and the Moon card. So in this happy family that you portray, okay, there is some toxic energy, secret toxic energy that's going on. It's like that skeleton in the closet we're not going to talk about. So I do feel like you portray your family to be a very happy family. You know, we go to grandma's, your sister's involved, you know, because this is generational, this 3 of Cups. You know, the whole family gets together. And you try not to let them know that things are worse than what they really are in the family. Nope, you're going to try to keep that a secret. You know, because I just feel like You know, it's a big secret you have, what's going on behind the closed door. So you don't want your family to know what's going on. Because if your sisters find out, well, then they're going to stick their nose in it, and then they're going to get involved, and then it just gets complicated. Now they want me to talk. I don't want to talk. Right? Because we know you don't want to talk, because you want to talk about anything but what it is these people want you to talk about. The secret, like, how are you doing? You know, maybe this is something that they know. And maybe they think you've nipped it in the bud. Right? Maybe they think, oh gosh, well, you know, she's not doing heroin anymore. But she is. You know what I mean? Maybe she said, excuse me, that she wasn't going to drink anymore, but she does. Anyway, moving on. Out came the Eight of Swords reversed, the Two of Cups, with the Six of Pentacles. So, in your relationship, this one that probably there's like some toxic stuff, I feel like you got to get a lot of it, it's like manufactured in your head, okay? You know, people are people. You know, and they are how they are. So for starters, I feel as if in your relationship, it would it would behoove you, you know, to just kind of like break free of the things that have been blocking what makes you too happy. Okay, because there's something blocking this light. See this woman? She's blocking this light. You know, and it's sandwiched here in between your relationship, and it's like, what is it that is keeping you from this light with your person? Okay. So it's, I think the answer is a lot more obvious. I feel like there's somebody in the way. Somebody's in the way. Somebody gets in the way of your relationship. You know, it's funny. I get like, my aunt is very much like that. You know, where she just takes it upon herself because, you know, of course, she's going to give you the advice that's going to fix everything else, even though it's none of her business. I mean, you know, I know somebody like this. She is not an Aquarian. And she's actually a Libra. All right, so anyway, there's somebody blocking or coming in between you and your family. And I feel like it could be your sisters because there's a lot of family energy here. All right, Sun, Rising, Venus signs. What else do we have? Let's see. Let's look at your intuition. What is your intuition saying to you? Hold on. I gotta get a hold of my cards. What's your intuition telling you about all of this? I don't like that somebody's kind of blocking your energy. Here, your intuition says not to do anything right now. To just stay and to stay put. Because I feel like, you know, it's really important for you to really see how there's a lot of things that maybe were said that hurt you, that threw up walls. Maybe something happened to you, threw up some walls. I mean, something brought all of these swords around you. So I think right now, in the energies that we're in, shadow energy here, okay, I think to just kind of sit with all of the things that now you wanting to break free from. The things that are blocking you from having a really good relationship. And you might be a single person with this Knight of Wands. You know, you might be this single person who really wants a relationship, but there's all this mental stuff in your head that's keeping you from, you know, really kind of hooking up and getting really close to someone. Take what works, leave what doesn't. All right, so right now, your intuition is telling you just to kind of sit with everything. I feel like the Hanged Man is telling you just process. You know, don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Don't talk around it. But just kind of sit with it, right? That was intense. All right, what's sitting above you? What's crowning you, Aquarius? Ooh, the Four of Pentacles. Boy, you're keeping your chest closed. I mean, your treasure chest. You don't want to open up. It's almost, I feel as if sometimes rather than face the issues that are holding you back from living life, like in this prison, see, he's like in this prison here. Um, do you know what I'm saying? It's like you hold on to things and you want anybody to ever know, but it isolates you. So I feel like there's a window of opportunity now for you to really start to process some of this big healing energy. And it could be that somebody shows up. I don't see it. If you are single, somebody shows up and starts trying to push you open. And that sometimes makes you shut down even more. So it's best to just kind of sit back and notice and become aware of what makes you uncomfortable. When people start talking about this topic, what do? Oh, that's when you either you get up, you leave the room, you go to the bathroom, you go wash your hands, you change it, anything but engage in this conversation. We're not talking about this. That's what I get. We're not going to talk about this right now. So it's coming towards you, all right, Aquarius. I feel like this tower that you are avoiding, like all of these fears that you've got locked up in this chest, you don't want anybody to kind of come in and open up. I feel as if, the calmer you are, the easier you're going to maneuver through all of these emotions. Because I feel like they're deep emotions, all right? We have the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like if you listen to your spirit, maybe take up meditation, yoga, anything that will calm the mind, still the mind, to keep from this, tower from erupting. Do you know what I mean? It could be this emotional eruption that you feel, and it's just like if you meditate, or you just like when you're about to blow, you take that deep breath. I think, you come out the winner. So that's for some of you. Now I'm getting this whole other storyline here. So pardon my jumpiness, but what I'm seeing as I'm holding these cards up is that if you are in the profession of teaching any kind of contemplative type of spiritual practice, yoga, meditation, sound healing, Reiki, chakra balancing, things of that nature, I feel as if you could do very well for yourself in that line of work. So what you do to heal you could become your life's work, Aquarius, right? So keep that in mind. Have an open mind. There's one thing I want to say that's kind of like nudging at my mind. And that is that it's really important to understand that you are transforming, all right? So as you change, all right, there's a lot of things that now are different. Like, you may have grown up, as a Catholic, but you don't really vibe to the Catholic Church. You vibe more with a Protestant. Do you know what I mean? Or, you find that, God, you love crystals. Holy cow, So you're a little witchy. Be a little witchy. Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that really, supports your spirit, that's what I'm saying, that takes care of you. It will take care of you back and forth, like there's an even exchange. So I see you doing very well, in your healing process as it turning into a beautiful gift for you. All right, final two cards out. We have the Two of Swords and the Nine of Wands. All right, so let's talk about your confusion, how you just don't feel like you have a lot of the confidence that it takes. You've been there, done that. Why should this time be different, right? Well, this time will be different because this time you're ready to hit your mark, right? You're ready to take the blindfold off. You're ready to change, right? You don't want to spend the rest of your life, holding back all of this stuff. challenging people when they say, why aren't you happy? You know, because you don't want to talk about it. You want to get past that. So I do sense that some of you Aquarians are going to go through a real deep healing. You know, deep healing. The stuff from like when you were a kid, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff that now, you know, you don't want that to go with you anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like when a person goes through their Saturn return, you know, that's an opportunity, you know, as we move into this next chapter of life, that, you know, we don't take a lot of stuff, you know, from the earlier part into this next chapter. You outgrown it. It's like, you know, a snake shedding its skin. It's like a dog, you know, shedding its coat. You know, we evolve, we emerge, and we change. And I think you are going through a big one. So do not be afraid of what you gravitate to. You know, because if your family doesn't like that you go to a sound bath, right? They don't like it because they don't know what a sound bath is, because we don't have a sound bath. Well, they do, you know, because I'm sure at some point in their church, a bell gets rung, a song gets sung, you know, that sound. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just, it's a way that resonates for you. So don't be afraid to gravitate to those practices that are calling you. There's no judgment, no judgment. People will be happy to see that you are happy in line with what the universe has given to you. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. I'm going to start repeating myself. We have Soul Traveler, Aquarius Midheaven. Hey, Soul Traveler. And then we have BS, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Midheaven, and Aquarius and Neptune. Man, you must be the humanitarian, BS. That's a lot of aqua. That is a lot of Aquarius. Anyway, I wish you all well, and I will see you for the Pisces read. I don't know if I'm going to do it today or tomorrow, but until then, be well. Be you. All right? I sure appreciate you all being a part of my channel, hitting that like button. Really appreciate that. Yeah, and blessed be. I'll see you on the flip side. Let's see. I'm a Gemini rising. I got a Sag moon. I'm a Scorpio and Venus. And I'm a double Emperor in Mars. Oh my goodness. That's a whopper of a combo. Wow. You must, you know, I got to tell you, you must float through the world with a combination like that. Anyway, blessed be you guys. I will see you at the next reading. Until then, I appreciate you all, love you all, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye now.